Madison Cawthorn right now is openly fretting about whether or not he's going to be kicked off of the ballot in North Carolina. But according to a new report from the Washington Post, where they spoke with a lot of people in Cawthorn's district, Republican voters in Madison Cawthorn's district, he may have bigger problems, of course, than being kicked off the ballot. Because his bigger problem is that the Republicans in his district, which technically he's not running in that district anymore, but the people who he has represented for the last year hate him. They hate him. And I'm sorry that that brings a smile to my face, but they hate him for the same reason I've been saying that these, people challenging Republican assholes need to be using. They hate him because, in their own words, he has done nothing for our district. We don't have a congressman, one of them said. He doesn't do anything. He's out there just trying to make a name for himself. He's nothing but grandstanding. Sound familiar, folks? These are all things that his own constituents said about him. And you could take that and you could apply it to any one of these grandstanding Republicans out there. Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, it's all the same. And in fact, their primary challengers, those are the talking points they're using against these individuals. They wanted to become famous, right? They wanted to become household names. They had no interest in actually legislating and making our lives better. But again, Cawthorn is leaving the 11th district, and now he's going to be running in the 14th district. And the reason for that is because Cawthorn thinks that he can't win anymore in the 11th district. As he says, Democrats are taking over. That's not true. It's still 56% Republicans. So you're lying about that, but you're trying to go to a more Republican-friendly district because you know that even among your own base, you're failing. So Madison, let me offer you this, bud. Maybe you ought to look at getting kicked off the ballot as a bit of a, mercy move, right? Because then at least if you were to get kicked off the ballot, you could go back to everybody and say, damn these Democrats. They robbed me of my career. I would still be in Congress, possibly even higher office, had they not kicked me off that ballot. But we'll never know. That's a hell of a lot less embarrassing, by the way, than running for election and getting defeated by your own party because they hate you so damn much, right? At that point, you got nobody else to blame but yourself. I know you'll try to, but it's not going to resonate very well when you can't turn out your own party's voters. But that is exactly the situation that Madison Cawthorn has put himself in. Many of these other Republicans have put themselves in these kinds of situations as well. And I wish more people in these districts would wake up to those facts. What has Matt Gaetz done for you? And I've talked extensively about how Matt Gaetz has completely neglected this district, even as we've faced multiple crises. He doesn't do shit for us. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Her constituents agree that she's done nothing for them. However, they love her, personality for some reason. So they're going to support her. Lauren Boebert, on the other hand, facing a similar situation. Her constituents are getting pissed that she hasn't done anything for them. She's got some tough Republican primary challengers running on that platform that this person is doing nothing for us. So she could find herself in a situation much like Cawthorn and much like Matt Gaetz. And let's hope that that happens, right? Let's reduce the number of crazies in Congress. But in order to do that, it is, unfortunately, up to Republicans to wake up and realize how badly their own politicians are treating them. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.